Hello, everybody. I would like to make a short revision of the reported speech we did with you previously. In our previous video, I made an introduction to the reported speech as reporting statements and reporting WH questions. The rules I did emphasize are the following. While reporting statements, we mainly use say and tell as reporting verbs. Tell needs to take an object after it, whereas say doesn't necessarily. However, if you really want to use an object after say, the preposition to must come in between. The examples are, Mrs. Karakoyunlu told me that I had to make the opening speech. Or I can use say as well. Mrs. Karakoyunlu said that I had to make the opening speech. Or this is possible too, but rare. Let me remind you. Mrs. Karakoyunlu said to me that I had to make the opening speech. That is an optional linking word when reporting statements, sentences, I mean to say. Mrs. Karakoyunlu told me that I had to make the opening speech. She said that I had to make the opening speech. She said to me that I had to make the opening speech. So, as shown in the examples here, I don't actually have to use that as a linking verb here. But when reporting WH questions, the reporting verbs are ask, want to know, wonder, inquire, etc. Also, we need to remember that the linking word in this form is the question word in the question itself, and that this linking word cannot be omitted. Like in the example, we wanted to find out how much our mother had paid the workers that time. Here, how much is obligatory. You cannot omit it. You have to put it here. Another basic rule that you must always keep in mind when reporting any sentence in the past is that you need to change the actual time adverb and the main verb into another past, or with other words, into further back as shown below. Yasmin told Orange that she wouldn't bake his favorite cake the next day. See? Yasmin told Orange that she wouldn't bake his favorite cake the next day. Lara and Demir asked Özcan and Can what time they would help them with their project that night. Two more things that I feel I have to remind you of are the fact that pronouns should change while reporting the original message. In addition to time adverbials, adverbs of place in some models change as well if the reporting verb is in the past. Let's have a look at the given examples here. I want to go to the party with you tonight, Yağız said to his sister. Yağız told his sister that he wanted to go to the party with her that night. I won't bake your favorite cake tomorrow, Yasmin said to Arda. Yasmin told Arda that she wouldn't bake his favorite cake the next day. How much have you paid the workers this time? We said to our mother. We asked our mother how much she had paid the workers that time. Now, it is time to go on with another phase of reported speech, and that is yes-no questions, which require yes-no answers, actually. This time, we need to have another linking word, which is either if or whether. Of course, after if or whether, the original question should be transformed, changed into a normal statement as shown in the examples here. Are you coming with us to school tomorrow? Ada asked me if, then the statements must be made into a normal sentence. Ada asked me if I was going to school with them the following day, as it is no more a question. Ada asked me whether I was going to school with them the following day. There is no difference in the meaning of these two linking words. Ada asked me whether I was going to school with them the following day or not. When we use the linking word whether to the end of the sentence, we can put or not if we want, actually. Let's have a look at the first exercise given here. Put the following sentences into reported speech, paying attention to the tense of the reporting verb. See? Did you see your teacher yesterday? So, my mother asked me if I had seen my teacher the day before. Be careful. My mother asked me if I had seen, because the reporting verb is past. This past form should be transformed into adverb 3. My mother asked me if I had seen my teacher the day before. Okay? Concentrate on the next questions and do answer them in the same way. Our next door neighbor came yesterday and asked me, blah, blah. Have you found the book you've been looking for? When he came home from shopping, I asked my brother, do you have a good recipe for chocolate cake, Mom? My daughter wanted to know, blah, blah, blah. Are you experiencing any pain? Grandmother, the nurse is asking you. Have a look at the answers right now, people. Did you see your teacher yesterday? My mother asked me if I had seen my teacher the day before. May I use your telephone? Our next door neighbor came yesterday and asked me whether she might use my telephone. Have you found the book you've been looking for? When he came home from shopping, I asked my brother if he had found the book he'd been looking for. Do you have a good recipe for chocolate cake, Mom? My daughter wanted to know if I had a good recipe for chocolate cake. Are you experiencing any pain? Grandmother, the nurse is asking you if you are experiencing any pain. Be careful, people. Here, the reporting verb is present. It is not past. And therefore, the original message, the tense of the original message does not change. Have a look at it. Are you experiencing any pain? Grandmother, the nurse is asking you if you are experiencing any pain. When the reporting verb is in the present, do not change the tense of the original speech like in the example given above. The reporting verbs in this form are, this time it is the imperatives. The reporting verbs in this form are tell, order, command, ask, etc. They, at the same time, need to have an object after them. The use of the verb say as a reporting verb is very rare. While reporting imperatives, we do not use a linking word unlike the other three forms. Instead, for positive imperatives, we use two-word one, and for negative ones, not two-word one. Study your lessons regularly, the teacher said to us. The teacher told us to study regularly. Don't try to cheat during the exam, my father said to me. My father told me not to try to cheat during the exam. Note, if a sentence starts with an imperative clause and continues with another, the tense of the second clause should be put into another past. Of course, if the reporting verb is in the past. Study regularly if you want to pass the final, the teacher said to us. The teacher told us to study regularly if you wanted to pass the final. Don't unfasten your seatbelts until after the plane has fully landed. The air hostess told the passengers not to unfasten their seatbelts until after the plane had fully landed. There's an important note you need to remember all the time. Some imperative sentences may refer to warnings, advice, encouragement, suggestions, etc. In such cases, we may report the imperative using such verbs as advise, encourage, warn, forbid, recommend, remind, request, urge, etc. Have a look at the examples. Don't play with matches. It is a warning. I warned my son not to play with matches. Don't use my car again. My father forbade me to use his car again. Exercise 2. Put the following sentences into reported speech. Be careful and concentrate, please. Speak slowly and clearly if you don't want to be misunderstood. My Turkish teacher, blah, blah, blah. The second one says, don't forget to phone Anne later today. You need to use two options. In the third one, it says, come on, try once more. My friends, what do they do to me? What do they want me to do? Or, don't hit the children, please. His wife, what do you think his wife wants or wanted him to do? 5, help me, please, with this heavy suitcase. An old lady, most probably an old lady wants you to do something for her. Wash your hands with soap before you touch anything, please. This is a nice warning, I guess. Let's have a look at the key. Right. Speak slowly and clearly if you don't want to be misunderstood. My Turkish teacher advised me to speak slowly and clearly if I didn't want to be misunderstood. Don't forget to phone in later today. Sue reminded me not to forget to phone in later that day. Or she reminded me to phone in later that day. Come on, try once more. My friends encouraged me to try once more. Don't hit the children, please. His wife begged him not to hit the children. Help me, please, with this heavy suitcase. An old lady asked me or requested me to help her with the heavy suitcase. Wash your hands with soap before you touch anything, please. Anna told or asked her son to wash his hands with soap before he touched anything. People, thanks for listening to me. See you next week. Bye bye.